Welcome to the 2021 Heart of America Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Media Day. I'm Erik Bergrud, color commentator for the Kansas City Comets of the Major Arena Soccer League. Next up, we are joined by head coach Ventsi Stoimirov of Grand View. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you, Erik?
I'm doing really well. Can you describe how your preseason has been going so far, and what are some positives you've seen already from the Vikings?
Preseason is going good. We have started our preseason with a team building activity that we took the kids to a Y camp where they did some low ropes and have to work through some difficulty, how to solve problems without having someone to tell them how to solve the problems. So that was a very positive beginning of our preseason. Then we followed up when we're allowed to start training with 2 a day, going through our routines of getting the kids acclimated to training, getting them to be a bit more aware of what's the new team going to look like, what are the players that have departed, what are the players that have come in, and then trying to get refreshing the understanding of the fundamentals and the values and principles that we're going to be following as a program, because that's the foundation of what we're going to build the success if we're going to have success this fall.
And you're going to have a busy August with 3 games planned. What do you hope to see from your team in these early non-conference games?
Well, we hope that we're going to see their commitment to follow our tactical plan. We hope that we're going to see from them their ability to independently think on the field and solve problems within that tactical plan. And we want to try to push their fitness so that by the time we get into the conference, we bring as many of our players to full fitness as possible. There will be opportunities for us as well to provide the players a chance to see what they're capable of doing. We have some new faces. We have some players that are moving around the team, playing in different positions. So that's going to be the time to provide everybody with a chance to see what they're capable of doing against a pretty good opposition in our non-conference schedule.
Coach, with everything that happened last year, what do you think your returning players learned from their experiences on the field, on campus, that they're going to take with them and grow from in 2021?
Well, we actually had a challenging year just like everybody else did. And the one thing that we take pride in the fact that our team was one of the very few that didn't have to go through a team quarantine last year. And the credit goes to the players that once the protocols were set in place, they committed to follow them. So that, I think, for them is the benefit of learning that if you put your team, if you put your organization that you are part of above your personal views and your personal needs sometimes, then collectively you can come through on the other end without having to face the setbacks that will come if we are not, acting and working together. So I think that built a little bit of that willingness on the part of the players to become a part of something bigger than themselves. I think that's probably going to be the biggest thing. Second thing is, the discipline that comes with, yes, I don't like to do this. I don't like to follow these protocols because they're impinging on my ability to actually do the things that I want to do as an individual. So I think that was probably the second biggest thing that we did. So dealing with adversity is the big part of growth as an athlete. And I think that was the part that I think we saw through our players, not only through the fall semester when we played the regular schedule, but having to go through a spring semester and one of the lucky teams to make the playoffs and have to play in the spring. So having to go through essentially 2 seasons in the same year was a challenge that I think they came through. And I think our freshman class especially grew through that process of having to handle that pressure and that adversity.
So you mentioned making the conference tournament last year. What will it take for your team to move up maybe toward a home bid in the 2021 conference tournament?
I would say that with the way the conference has developed in the last few years, I think there are several teams that have consistently been able to stay in that upper part and being the top 4. But even this last year, we have a movement within that top four. One, we have teams that previously have finished in the top four that didn't even qualify for the tournament. We had teams that were in the top four that didn't end up making the top four and actually have to play from an away schedule similar to us. This conference is exceptionally tough. And I know everybody likes to say that. And if there were a power labeling on the NAIA level, we would be a power 3 conference in a NAIA. And that's not, I'm not throwing this term lightly just to highlight us. I think it's just a testament for the quality of the program. We currently have 4 teams that are ranked in a top 25. I mean, that's a testament for the challenge. So to go back to your questions of what it's going to take, I think it's going to take consistency. We've had the opportunity to play very well against the top opposition. Can we back it up in a game after game? And not only against what is perceived top opposition, but the players, the teams that are finishing about the same level we were, or the teams that finished below. I mean, we have to look at some teams and I'm not going to use names, but we got to look at some of the teams that finished below us that are absolutely fabulous teams. And you're looking at some of the teams that didn't end up making the tournament. It's like they will make the tournament on any other conference. They'll be in a Final Four in most other conferences. So for me right now, in order for us to be able to perform at the level to finish in the top 4, it will be consistency throughout all 12 games in a conference, not just having that one big win and then not being able to back it up. So I think that's going to be the biggest thing.
So my final question for you, Coach, for your student body, for parents, for friends who come to Grandview games, both at home and follow you on the road this season, what should they expect from your team?
Very well organized team, very committed, players being on the same page, and a team that's going to be going for the win in every game that we play. We will make sure that we put absolutely everything on the field and try to outperform every team and outwork every team. That's pretty much will be the goal for every game. We're going to adjust tactics. We're going to adjust formations. We're going to adjust personnel as we need to. But that will be something that I hope when the parents are done watching our team play, they know that in every game, our team showed up, gave everything they got. And then if the result goes our way, that's going to be awesome. And if it doesn't go our way, we're going to regroup and we're going to go after the next one game at a time.
Great. Coach, thank you so much for joining us today and good luck this season.
Thank you very much, Erik. Good day.